Welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote, and I'm playing Feather. Solo today. There's no Ginger. He got stuck with work and sickness, and I screwed up on some episodes, and I've got to fill in some time. So I'm going to play a game by myself. This is a game called Feather. I believe it's on the Nintendo Switch and on Steam. I'm playing the Steam version. And it's a cool little game. I play it when I like to just sit back and relax. So let's get started. There's not much to it. You're a bird. That's the game. You get to fly around. Got some interesting things. So I'm playing with an Xbox 360 controller. And you got your joystick. Your left joystick controls the bird. Right joystick controls the camera. So you can look around. You tap it to reset. You've got a little chirp here. Ooh. So usually you're just kind of like a sparrow looking bird, but they added a new feature just recently, as far as I know at least, it's been a while since I played, where there's runes, and if you can find the runes and fly through it, you can turn into a different bird. So usually I have a little tweet, but I'm a crow now, so I got a caw, which is pretty awesome. Sometimes there's like an NPC bird that you can fly into, and you can chirp at it and it'll follow you around and you can kind of fly together. It's kind of fun. At least I think it's an NPC bird, because I'm pretty sure this isn't online, but maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's not online, which would be a cool feature if they ever add it. But yeah, and then for me, my right trigger, it'll flap a little faster. Starts flapping its wings, pick up some speed. There we go. Got the little contrails on the wings there. And then if you hit the left trigger, you'll brake, slow down. And you've got your bumpers, left and right. You can do a little roll. And I think the only other thing is you can use Y on, again, this is on Xbox on Steam, to flip around if you need to do a U-turn. It's a pretty fun game. I enjoy it. Again, just thinking and doing. So here's a rune right here. I don't know where they're all at, but this is one I haven't noticed before. So I remember it's by the oil rig. There's a rune. So if I fly through this little triangle, I turn into something else. Putting! I'm a seagull! Ah, mine. So yeah, I enjoy this game. It's fun. But since I'm by myself and I've got to fill time, I don't want to play a game that's too taxing on paying attention. Oh yeah, those round ones change the music. So we got some kind of a drumming music going on, a little jungle sound, a little tropical music or something going on. It's pretty chill. It's got beautiful music and just simple cel-shaded kind of graphics, but I like it. It's a nice and smooth game. But yeah, so I'm just gonna fill time. I'm gonna talk about things that Tote wants to talk about, random thoughts that pop into his mind. And one of those thoughts right now that's going through my mind is I'm probably a little behind on this, but the Peloton commercial. Who out there saw the old Peloton commercial? One with the husband buys his wife a Peloton. She comes downstairs with her daughter, and she's like, "Oh, you got me a Peloton!" And she doesn't seem that excited. I blame that on bad acting or bad direction, but the internet lost their shit over that commercial. I just thought it was so funny. You know, they're all upset that this guy dare bought his skinny wife a Peloton, and then she has to make a video showing how grateful she is for it. And then, you know, it's a year later, and she lost like maybe 4 pounds, if anything. You know. This transformation, she can barely believe it. It's an interesting commercial. I feel like though it's also just a sign of we're too sensitive these days. We have nothing real to complain about, so we complain about that. So ridiculous. And for those who don't know, I've gone through this amazing transformation, much more than that lady did in her 1 year of Peloton use. I can tell you that much. I've gone from 15 months ago, I weighed just shy or just over, right around 480 pounds. And as of yesterday, I am down to 245. That's right, everybody. 240. That is 235 pounds. I'm 4 pounds away from being half the man I used to be. Of course, I did it without a Peloton because I can't afford $3,000 for a stationary bike. But I did it with diet, because 90% of weight loss is diet. And 90% of that diet is mentality. And 90% of getting in the right mental state is willpower. That's my 90 rule. Doesn't mean much. I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person to think of that, but it's very true. I have helped a lot of people recently too. My sister's lost 65 pounds. I come from a big people family. I'm also 6'5", by the way, so 245, 6'5". A lot of people think I should stop, but I'm gonna try to go down to 205, like a light heavyweight in the UFC or something like that. But yeah, I just feel like our society's we've gotten too sensitive. Like I feel like everyone who got mad about that commercial were people who probably didn't like the way they look, and the thought of their husband or spouse or significant other buying them a Peloton, you know, as a Christmas gift. If they didn't, I'm assuming that this woman asked for it in the commercial. But yeah, you know, the fact that people lost, you know, I feel like it's just that was them saying like, oh, I'm not happy with my body, so he must be shaming that woman, therefore I'm angry. But I could be wrong. You know, what do I know? I just feel like it was more of anything. It was just a bad commercial. It didn't. I've seen some of the other Peloton commercials that were better. Nothing significant about it. I think the most significant thing about those commercials is the fact that the Peloton name, it works. You know, it gets your attention. It could be for anything, honestly. It doesn't have to be for a stationary bike, but it's a cool name. We'll change the music up here. But this geyser's new too. That's kind of awesome right here. This little geyser keeps going off. They change the island on this every once in a while, the developer, which is cool. It's such a relaxing game. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that it was just not a well-made commercial. There wasn't a lot of emotion in the character. She kind of just looked like she had sad eyes all the time, which maybe was that's what they picked on it. Maybe I just didn't translate it that way, but it was interesting. And then of course, there was the Ryan Reynolds commercial for the, I don't know what kind of drink it is. Gin, I think. A gin drink. Using the same actress, you know, and here's the new beginnings and stuff. It was hilarious. It's good times. Look, we got another one here. I think this is the one that turned me into a crow. So let's go back to a crow, huh? Bye-bye, seagull. Yeah. But, yeah, that was hilarious, and I hope it starts a trend of bad commercials getting like basically rebooted, where you hire the same actors and stuff and do your own version for whatever your product is. I'm down for that. Well, I like these wind chimes. That's new too. Kind of tempted to hit them. One thing is, if you do run into a wall or something in this game, it'll rewind you. So if I crash right now, like bink, it rewinds me back so that I can fix my path. It's kind of a fun thing. So you can't really hurt the bird at all. You just are the bird. There's kind of cool things you can search and find, you know. You can always change the music, but we'll stick with this music for a little bit. There's a lot of underground tunnels I've found. Usually you find them around the coast, which is why I was circling around the coast. But yeah, that Peloton commercial. Yeah, again, yeah, we're super sensitive these days. So much so. And I've noticed that, you know, like I've got a lot of friends and family, people. I mean, it's Christmas time, you know, and I had a friend just get married. So I was at his reception and meeting a lot of people I haven't seen in a few years. And, you know, some of them, they were surprised to see me, didn't recognize me. Others have followed me on Facebook and have seen most of the transformation. But they'll ask you what to do and how to do it. And it's amazing to me how many of them just don't do it. You know, they have an excuse. They have a ready-to chambered. As soon as I tell them what they need to do, or at least what I did and what would probably work for them. If anyone wants to know, is keto and intermittent fasting. I'm not saying keto is the fix-all for everybody, but I will say that intermittent fasting is a catalyst that can make any diet work better. So if you wanted to do a diet, whether it's, you know, pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, keto, Mediterranean, paleo, whatever it is, low sugar, low fat, high fat, low carb, whatever you want to do for your diet, if you can incorporate intermittent fasting into it, it's just going to boost it through the roof. I've got friends that are vegans and they also intermittent fast, and it makes a difference. They'll all agree. It's one thing that we can agree with. Me going vegan, I'm a meat eater, so there's a lot we don't agree with, but I try not to make a big deal of it. It's loud in here. It's raining. Or water from above or something. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, and if you don't know what intermittent fasting is, that is, you fast for a period of time, extended period of time, longer than, like, most people, their fast is when they're sleeping only, which may be 8 to 10 hours of a fast. You just extend that to 16 hours. So essentially you skip breakfast. You sleep for 8 hours. You don't eat during that time. Then, like, your first 4 or 5 hours when you would eat breakfast. You just don't. You eat lunch and then you eat your dinner. You try to keep them light, you know. You want to calorie restrict a little bit when you follow whatever diet you're on. And then you have a cutoff time. So you give yourself a nice little 8-hour window to eat in. And that's intermittent fasting or time restricted eating. Some people call it that as well. And with intermittent fasting, sometimes you can just push it a little further. Sometimes you can do like a 20-hour fast or a 24-hour fast, or you can go even further than that and do 1 or 2 days. You amaze what the human body can do. We are designed to be fasting. You know, that's kind of thing. It goes hand in. It's why it goes well with a keto or like a paleo type diet, because that's kind of like hunting gatherer style. You know, you're eating the food when you have it. Fruits and berries. Well, fruits and berries. When I say fruits and berries, I mean high fiber fruit and berries, avocado. You know, greens, and then meat when you can get it, and you eat a good amount. You get that protein and that animal fat and healthy avocado fat, coconut fat, all that good stuff, and just live off it. And it worked for me. So again, that's 235 pounds in 15 months. I'm super excited. Now I just got another year to go before I can get rid of all that loose skin. I'm hoping it goes away on its own. But yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on the Peloton thing. Kind of ridiculous. But at the same time, I understand it. People like to get upset about things, like to get offended. I remember seeing the people just talking about it, and I watched the commercial and I was like, it just looks like a bad commercial to me. Because there's nothing better than a good commercial. I am a fan of a good commercial. Well, let's see if we can, we'll find another chime here, and then we will change the music up. Well, not a chime, but another rune. There we go. The circle rune. And we'll change the music. This is the one I flew through already. Did I fly through this one already? I don't know. I'd like to fly through the geyser as it goes off. I don't know if it'll hurt me or not. We'll change the music up, and then I'll probably end this episode. So give it a little bit of a listen here, what we got going on. Yeah, nice and soft, beautiful music. All right, everyone, so that's going to end this episode of Nightly Nerds. As always, I'm Tote, and there's no Ginger. And catch you guys next time.
Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.